Large number of, can I just say, the large number of councillors here, and I'd welcome, and Danny Beals is the MP for Uxbridge, and I just want to say, I was really pleased yesterday at the meeting, just the huge turnout that we had, and that included a number of councillors and others, but there was one person absent, wasn't there? Yeah. And that was the leader of the council. Yeah. Steve mentioned the history of the Beck. I was here 50 years ago when it's opened, 77, and actually it's named after Alf Beck, who was a local councillor, and at that stage that he and the local councillors had this vision of having a cultural asset right in the heart of our community, because they believed that everyone should have access to theatre and dance and music. And to a large extent, you know, there was a huge surge in the community then of popularity because it was a great initiative. And yes, it cost a lot of money at the time to build, but they thought it was a really good investment for future generations. And you know, the Beck in its whole history has proved them right on every occasion. If you look at, it's exactly as Steve has said, if you look at the role it's played in bringing us together, and we're a multicultural, diverse community, and reflecting the whole of that diversity. It's brought generations together, and it's just served us so well. It's served us so well. So we just naturally thought it would be a permanent asset for the whole community, and nobody in their right mind would put that at risk. So when we heard, because there's been no consultation, has there, from the council? We heard about this, exactly as Peter Curling, one of our councillors, said yesterday, by rumour. We just heard a rumour going around that they were thinking of this, and to be honest, when that rumour went round, I didn't believe it, so we started asking questions. Steve then approached me and said, I just want to bring you up to date on where we're at. And that's when we got suspicious. Because exactly as Steve said yesterday, what Trafalgar, we're not here on behalf of Trafalgar, we're here to protect our community asset. But I think I mentioned yesterday, I don't know of any council in the whole of the country that had a local theatre like this, where the operator would come, well, we'll continue to operate it without any subsidy whatsoever. Any other local authority in the country would grab their hands and say, thank you for doing that. But and the reason I mention this is because all of us have been trying to work out, well, what is the motivation of the council? Here's a wonderful community asset. It's played its role over 50 years, exactly as envisaged by councillors in the first instance. It's been hugely successful, and here it is willing to operate without subsidy. So what's the motivation? And that's really what I'm worried about, because I think we all suspect now that what the motivation is asset stripping. Yeah. To sell the site, gain some form of, I suppose, capital receipt and move on. What will they sell the site for? Because I can't see any other operator coming forward. I don't think the council has the resources or the ability to manage a theatre like this. So you know what the risk is in every other site they've sold off. There'll be more dense housing, population, which need the services that we actually have, which we haven't got because of all the cuts, and a council will walk away. Now my view is I think that's an act of cultural vandalism that we can't tolerate. Yeah. So I just want to say this. I want to thank Jonathan and all the campaigners who brought us together at such short notice. Fantastic work that they've done to launch this campaign. And what we've got to pledge ourselves, we all have a responsibility on all of our shoulders now, whatever role we play, whether MP or councillor or local community member, theatre group or whatever, we all have a responsibility now to come together and say to the council, we are not going to allow you to sell off our community asset. We're going to stand firm. We're going to stand firm, and we use every resource we can to fight you. Because if they think we're just going to roll over and let them take the Beck away from us, they're sadly mistaken. We will This is a community-led campaign. It isn't party political or anything like that. It's a community-led campaign. When the community groups that have come together call upon us to support the campaign and all the different initiatives that they'll launch, our responsibility now is to turn up, back the campaign, because the council needs to learn that this is a community that will not be defeated, we will not be ridden over roughshod, and we will not allow them to destroy this invaluable community asset. Solidarity.